reported 2 intersections. This first intersection is off of Interstate 81, exit 29, about a quarter mile off. It's a business intersection. There's a gas station, a truck stop, a pizza place, and a factory, which we can see in the film. And there's 2 vacant lots. The one there with the guardrail. There's no sidewalks. There's no pedestrian signals. There's no crosswalks. The traffic lanes are marked, designated, but they're very faded. This is a Saturday afternoon. I noticed that one traffic signal stayed red for 60 seconds, and then again, it only stayed red for 15 seconds. There's no real landmarks, except for possibly those poles in the opposite corner, and then the guardrail, which may be hard to pick up if a person was using a cane. The traffic patterns, in my opinion, are unpredictable. The traffic will flow along, going straight through the intersection, and then a car will turn. While we were filming this, about 3 or 4 cars ran a red light and one ran a yellow light. I would consider this a dangerous intersection. I wouldn't recommend that anybody cross it. This is the second intersection. This is in the town of Abington. It's a mix of small businesses and residential. When we were filming this, there was a slight wind blowing, but it didn't really affect the ability to hear the traffic. On this side of the street, there's a nice sidewalk with a grass strip. On the opposite side of the street, where the White House is and the brick building, there's no sidewalk, there is just a curb. Has good landmarks at this intersection on this side, with the poles, the fire hydrant, and the box, not sure what that is. The pedestrian crosswalks are very well marked. The sidewalks are very straight, very in good shape, and of course they have the grass, which helps someone determine where they are in relation to the sidewalk. There is right on red for the intersection here. There aren't any trees or bushes or anything, so the approaching traffic has a clear view of the intersection, and they would be able to see the students standing at the corner. There's no auditory pedestrian signals. I think this is a good intersection for a student to learn how to cross streets. This is pretty normal traffic for Abington. Certainly not a heavily traveled road, but enough traffic. I could see the student during quiet time with the help of the instructor assessing how long it takes them to cross the street. And then I could see several lessons where we'd just be assessing the traffic, the surges and things like that, and learning landmarks. This is a parking lot that leads up the hill to the courthouse. Speed limit's 25 miles an hour here. Nobody's racing through the intersections, which is nice. I don't know if I mentioned a brick sidewalk on the opposite side of the street, but that's good tactile information, possibly. Not only are the streets marked with the straighter turn signals where they're visible here, back about 10 or 15 feet, they also have the same marks, which is nice. Very easy to hear the traffic approach. No big trucks are allowed in Abington, so there wouldn't be a problem with them at intersections waiting for the light to change, masking other noises, other sounds. I were teaching a student, we'd go down the little bit of a hill here, crossing over the entrance or exit to the parking lot, which is pretty well defined. Walk down towards the corner. The graphs would also give some clues as to how they're getting closer. And of course the landmarks, the poles, which I guess are electric poles, and then the post for the street sign. Also the grass. There is kind of a curb cut. It's pretty rough. It's almost like an afterthought, I think. Nice, wide, well-marked pedestrian crossings, as I said. And then crossing over to the other side, there's the truncated domes. Here's the light. Nice and flat. Looks like there might be a little crown to the road. We should let the student know how far across they are. I don't think I'd have someone walking on the other side because of no sidewalks. That would be dangerous. There's those nice markings, nice straight street, good visibility for the drivers to see the student. No curbs or anything like that.